as I commanded. The Horde Unit 911. No?
You what?
Halipatsui, it's Zamius here yet again. With yet another indie game, because I was contacted by the developer as always. Perks of being a content creator, I tell you. Okay, jokes aside, today's game shall be a visual novel actually, and it's called Prescription Madness, as you can very well see on the screen. Duh. And this visual novel is very intriguing because it has some kind of unique concept, I might say, but I'm not entirely sure how I would be able to explain it in English, since Finnish is my as you can very well clearly see. So, you're basically a snarky sentient tentacle in a chaotic hospital, and you are possessing humans and creatures, befriending weirdos, and deciding humanity's fate in this dark humor tale, where every character is a potential pawn or pal. And you will gain access to 20 minutes even. Yes, 20 minutes of gameplay in the demo, including 3 scenes and plenty of characters. And naturally, as always, I will be voice acting it. And here we go. This is how the game looks like on the main menu. Very fantastic, don't you think so? Well, there's of course naturally a wishlist button, but also a feedback. Yes, there's also a feedback button, because I can totally speak English. But without further ado, once again, let's get going. And today we are starting as an interviewer. Next, Appendage 3 of the Underworld Sector 25. And our next character is apparently a tentacle. So, we will be using this fabulous application called VoiceMod. And with that technological advantage, we can actually change our voice. In real time even. So, for Tenty, let's see, I might have, yes.
This kind of voice is perfect for Tenty. Yes, that is technical to me. Your powers of observation are positively staggering. Though frankly, being identified as Appendage 3 isn't exactly the growing glory of my career.
Do come on in. Well, this is utterly bizarre.
Excuse me?
And of course, for the narrator, we must have a different voice as well. And what better than the classic
narrator voice himself. The interviewer looks behind Tenty, feasting his eyes on his most majestic glory.
Your Highness, I do not believe the employment legislature covers provisions for employment of body parts for senior positions.
Excuse me, your job description particularly states requirements for having experience in extra-netherworldly affairs, which I have plenty of, having tied the 2 nations of Great March and Eternis in 2020. Sufficient managerial experience, which is also covered as I commanded the Horde Unit 911. No? Horde Unit 919 in its triumphant invasion of the Permanent Triangle. Only a scattering of the unit returned, which is, I suppose, a blessing. Most were so ghastly they won't be missed by anyone except perhaps their mothers. And even that's doubtful.
Yes, I do see that your CV does meet the requirements. However, from a purely logistical standpoint, I'm not sure we can accommodate this. Sire, please say something.
No, don't mind me. Pretend I'm not even here, though how could you, with all this tentacle magnificence in the room? Tenty may be attached to me, but they got a mind of their own, wriggling off the interview like a stallation. As for me, I'm saying nothing. Zip, no. The great Cthulhu, silent. Ha! That alone should earn me a parade, and even more front-page headlines.
I understand, Your Highness. So, Tenty, please enlighten me. How would you be physically present to chair the National Netherworld Commission talks? Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday while the king must be present at the Netherworld Council forums almost daily at precisely at the same time?
He's right. I haven't the faintest clue how that would work. I'm sure we can work a piece of bureaucracy to cover the fact that in this underworld, time and space are about as dependable as getting a refund from the inland revenue.
I see.
3 weeks later, a monthly public gathering is about to take place in the Netherworld. As preparations are underway, Tenty laments on their daily routine.
Sacrificial ritual, sleep. Sacrificial ritual, sleep. Eternity. When will it end? Finally, it's here.
As Tenty opens the envelope, a few papers emerge as the back seal breaks. We regret to inform you that the VP of Netherworld Affairs position has been awarded to another individual whom we feel possesses the necessary skills. We do hope that we have your permission to retain your details for future positions.
Splendid. Passed over yet again. I suppose they wanted someone with less competence and more drool on the chin.
A cultist drifts past, clutching a candle that somehow burns underwater.
Oh, look. This one is unfamiliar. Probably one of the new hires with a fully independent body of its own. Here we go.
Schroeder rises from the globe, cape flowing dramatically in the currents that shouldn't exist. His hair is styled in the impossible trident-like spikes.
Citizens of the Deep, another glorious day, another prophecy fulfilled. He's in one of his dramatic moods. We welcome today's sacrifices. Your screams nourish the void. Your fear sustains our legacy. The classic motivational speech. How is the public not utterly numbed of this facade? Yet one more of my ideas that led debate into the shark's mouth. And of course the credit goes to His Highness.
Eerie laughter cuts through the water. Princess Leila drifts, curls floating like glowing halos around her.
Uncle Charlie!
Oh no. Leila dear, always a delight.
The hair, the raw power, you look absolutely delicious.
Someone put her back in her clamshell or something.
Can I eat one of the sacrifices?
Later dear, Uncle is working.
But there are so many. And quite the idea you had, attracting a boat full of humans with the siren's rungs in their grasps. How unpleasant. For them.
I know, dear. Your uncle is a true visionary. However, now is not the time for snacks, and we need enough to go around.
You're boring. And you.
Me?
You're funny.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
Enough games, Leila. You're scaring the donors. And I need to finish my speech.
I'm not scaring them. I'm entertaining them.
She goes off, frolicking into the deep, about to do who knows what.
Silence! Despair is trending. Horror is forever. And we are eternal. We once again celebrate our upcoming domination over mankind. A treat for you all.
The many eldritch horrors raise their arms in gratitude, chanting Hail Cthulhu repeatedly.
Yes, yes, hail Lord and Savior, whose wisdom shines like a candle in the storm. Small, flickering, and likely to burn out at any moment. For what's sake, someone unleash a plague of a locust. Anything to end this farce.
6 months later, a Riftland-shaped calamari, all written links, and eldritch gravitas hovered in the gloom. He's monologuing to himself.
What do you mean this makes my beard look messy? Dreadlocks just aren't your thing. Wouldn't you rather know that now rather than after posting your selfie on Instagram? I'm saving you from yourself, big guy. Excuse me? I find your lack of tact distasteful. Who do you think you're fucking with? I am the all-fearful, all-knowing Big Squish, the OG sea influencer, his most moist majesty. Know your place. I shall not stand for this Insolence! I built this house. I created this kingdom. The terror that keeps insignificant children wetting their beds at night? That's me!
Some appreciation for my original sarcastic nickname inventions would go a long way, Squidward Prime.
I know why you're doing this.
You do not need 8 tentacles.
Ridiculous. Your delusional dreams of life without me make no sense. You'd barely be able to crawl. And what will others say seeing you squiggling around all alone?
Don't measure my worth by other people's opinions. I leave that sort of desperate groveling to you.
Ha! You say that because you've been living under my reputation. You have no idea how hard I worked to get here. Even your sentience signifies my power.
Let's cut the drama. What do I have to do for you to chop me off? Literally.
It's not happening.
Muse?
What?
Herr Muse. From the overworld.
Go on.
Remember the dinner from 2 weeks ago? The jet ski couple?
The blonde and the male with exquisite cheek meat.
Yeah, those two. While you were enjoying yourself, I found a can of Herr Muse in their backpack. Read all about it. The label said 99% report sleek, smooth hair after use. Check your storage. It should be there.
A pause. Some repulse. The sound of ancient went rummaging.
Fucking hell, of course it's empty. But the label speaks the truth. The blonde human had the most exemplary hairstyle. Even submerged.
Exactly. Remove me from your body. I will retrieve the cobweb remedy.
And you know where to find more of this marvel?
Absolutely. It says right here on the can. Manufactured in USA.
A long, uncomfortable silence.
What is USA?
You don't know USA?
USA, huh? Probably a cult. Everything's a cult.
Unbelievable. The so-called all-knowing Lord of Nightmares doesn't know USA?
Should I?
Should you? Everyone knows USA. It's iconic.
What is?
Now you know. A kingdom, a sprawling empire full of stuff.
Stuff?
Important stuff, like Herr Muse.
I feel as though you're mocking me. Are you?
Never. You'd be unstoppable with Muse and highly flammable.
Silence. The trench trembled as if weighing the deal itself.
You leave me no choice. Very well. You are free.
Wait, just like that?
Yes. I can control many things. Maybe even some of your actions. But not your free will. You'll lose. For now. But if you fail, you'll be a horse I devour before dessert.
Noted.
Tenty unlatched for the first time ever, disconnected from the enormous shadow of Cthulhu.
I'll find you, Muse. Enjoy your motivational speeches while I'm gone.
Perhaps I will. Good luck, tentacle number 3.
Don't call me that. What the heck is a USA?
Out at sea, a seafarer looks anxious as he navigates on a small dinghy. He might be looking for something, or someone.
I might as well throw in the towel. Any clue to what happened to her is gone.
Tenty squishes and splotches at the surface.
What in the void? Your net almost hooked my sucker.
I must really be hallucinating now. Hearing voices from an octopus.
Excuse me, I am a tentacle, fully independent from any big-headed octopus. Thank you very much.
The seafarer exclaims, as though he's seen something like Tenty before, except that he can't believe his eyes.
You're one of them.
Hey, what's up with that net? Get off of me.
You took my mother.
You're delusional. It's a good thing that every nether spawn has been surviving human attacks by infiltrating their brain. Anything with a remotely low IQ is ours to control. That's better. Not so tough now, are you? And I try too, with an interesting brain.
Sam, how exactly do you expect to catch the catfish if you don't eat your spinach and grow strong? Mama can lift 2 times her body weight, and that's how she catches all the biggest, fattiest fishes to keep you fed.
Mama, I saw spinach at the bottom of the ocean. If all the fish eat it, does that mean they're super strong too?
Little pickle, that's seaweed. I suppose you could call it sea spinach. And yes, sunfish, white catfish, or Buddha, right?
But Mama, why do we have to eat the fishies? They did nothing wrong.
That's just how nature works, Pickle. But you need to grow strong. Stand still too long, and the tide will sweep you under.
Human land. A lovely fragrance of gasoline fumes and putrid chemical mist. Well, thanks for the relatively smooth ride. I'm off to cause chaos.
Then John latches from its host brain, leaving the seafarer particularly confused and disheveled.
What? How did I get here?
Just a few steps ahead, Tenty notices commotion nearby.
This is marvelous. A colossal vessel with human stuffed inside, collapsing in flames. A highly efficient way of ridding the world of such parasites. Yes, such a work of art. However, the death rate is far too modest. 200 souls an hour? I must amplify it, magnify it, make it 10,000-fold.
The fire brigade actively removed the flames while the paramedics rescued the wounded, extracting multiple people from the burning building. Clusters of people fleeing from the building like a beehive twacked by a stick.
What in the blazes is happening? Humans wearing white and blue saving other humans? How dare they meddle with the right for extinction? If some leech left their cigarette aflame out of sheer idiocracy, then let the fate take its course. No, this must be how they keep resisting the demise. They have a mechanism that block their natural decline. If I find a way to collapse this healing engine, humanity will naturally dwindle without me having to do all the dirty work.
The ambulance closes its doors and begins to drive away.
Oh no, the mechanism flees! You there! Canisupus familiaris, I have a treat for you. There we are. I must catch up with the white chariot of doom, whatever it cost. This mud is utterly horrendous. I see. There's a colony of them. And a mother hive. A shrine of mending meat. Horrific.
The street dog walks into the emergency room. A wild panic is taking place, almost like a pandemonium.
What manner of chaos is this? Nurses darting around like lightning. Machines and monitors beeping, as if arguing with each other. The waiting area is overflowing, and everyone seems annoyed?
Someone screams from the other side of the room.
Get this ill out of here, Milena. This is an extreme breach of hygiene protocols.
I stick out like a sore thumb.
Tenty disembarks from the canine host, leaving confused and startled.
Now that's better.
The dog, fully startled, makes a run for the exit, distracting everyone.
You can't be serious, ass. Really? Parading a filthy mud in the emergency ward? When we're almost at pandemic status with a novel virus? I gather your subpar university neglected to impress upon you the finer points of sterilization and disinfection around patients.
Sorry, sir. The dog entered just a second ago, and we tried to remove it.
And what exactly is this worm that crawled out of it? Worm? You better excuse your insolent words. That's it. Time for a new vessel. Why, I absolutely stand corrected. This is beyond a doubt one of our new candidates for medical placement at this hospital. You shall refer to them as the Emperor of Netherton, or Tenty for short. They also happen to be the chairman of the board's nephew.
What?
Now you monstrosities better get a lab coat this instant. Allow them full access to all patients' resources and records. And don't even think about letting me hear any complaints about this.
Yes, sir. On it now.
You mangy children get on my bloody nerves so much that my micros are acting up again. That incompetent Dr. Lansstone better have the new shipment of high-tier aspirin.
Dr. Bryce walks out, clearly irritated at having his time wasted.
Hey, Genki, it's great to meet you. I've been almost begging for another pair of hands. The hospital has been incredibly busy lately.
Yeah, welcome to St. Pat's Hospital. I'm Ash, and this is Milena. We're studying at the university and need to finish a work placement term at hospital before we get pushed to the next year.
A nice pair of inviting younglings? How utterly adorable of the human race to host such neurally fragile specimens. So, do tell me, is it you two that do the saving around here?
Anyone with scrubs, the clothes we're wearing right now, and anyone with a lab coat or nurse uniform is here. And we all do the saving.
And this saving requires deep anatomical knowledge of the human body, yes?
Yeah, that's why we're here, to learn.
Fascinating. I do then will join your team.
It won't be easy, especially right now. There's a huge influx of patients because of a new virus.
Virus? Interesting. The more I understand your methods, the more I can, help with this saving. And infiltrate the very core that intrudes the humanity's natural decline.
Yes, of course. You hold a very important position here, as Dr. Bryce confirmed. Dr. Bryce is the head doctor, by the way, and he reports to Dr. Remington, the chief medical director. You can come with me, Tenty. I'm just about to administer some medicine to my favorite patient. You can watch.
Delightful.
While Tenty gets onboarded with hospital procedures, in one particularly bureaucratic-looking office in the building, a rather domineering doctor is talking to someone over the phone, possibly even scheming.
Yes, this is Dr. Remington.
I thought the cause of the virus. It was about as clear as the inside of a pig's nostril. But I figured it out.
Shh. Is anyone around you? You can't say a word about this. The competition will take our intel and beat us to the market.
This is life-changing, Doc. I'm already feeling better.
Stay right there. Don't move. I'm coming downstairs now.
Meanwhile, Tenty and two young individuals are deep in conversation.
Excuse me, let me just repeat that back to you. You wake up 3 hours before your natural sleep cycle ends to spend almost 14 hours a day saving other humans for almost no additional gain to your livelihood.
It's a contribution to our university credits. We need enough of them to graduate, and we do get some compensation.
So that you can do it all over again in a repeatable and practically infinite loop until you either retire or die?
Yes, but we'll get paid well for it eventually, and we save people's lives.
This compensation you speak of, does it hold any purpose?
Of course. I've been saving up for a new Vespa.
You mean the vehicle with which you and other humans transport yourselves to the never-ending death loop in question?
Yes, well, it can be used to get us to work, and other places too, when there is the time, of course.
These walking meatbags are even more ridiculously ignorant than I originally thought. Nothing they do makes sense. There's no real element of hedonism, wisdom, or logic to their actions. It is an obvious fate that they must perish and die. But I suppose they too live in a repeatable hellhole that is governed by others with powers. Powers which are beyond the control of the majority. I guess I know what that feels like. A black hole of torment that leaves you coasting as a shell of what was once something filled with hope and happiness. Yes, thank you for the information. It is most intriguing.
Guys, I can see that we need a break. Let's go for some ramen.
But I was just about to show Tenty the ventilator procedure, and I have another patient that's been admitted with virus symptoms.
What's really to make me angry?
No, not at all.
You can have a look at the patient later. Come on. The last time you skipped lunch, you ended up eating half the vending machine. So, let's go. My car's parked close by, and it will be a quick one.
The bustling little spot just 3 blocks from the hospital. Breathing out the vapors of MSG and artificial flavoring, crowded with office workers slurping away their frustrations as they stare at the reflections of their under-eye bags in the colorful bras.
This clamshell is where humans feed? The stench alone could strip paint off our sunken ship. Burnt meat carcasses come floating around in salted soups, masquerading as cuisine?
Ooh, perfectly ramen. Beef short rib and calamari are on the special today.
Calamari?
Did you know calamari have W-shaped pupils that let them see clearly in both bright surface light and the deep ocean's dimness? Come on, ask me anything about any living being. I know all the facts.
Do humans generally enjoy feasting on burnt cadavers?
I suppose some of the Maori tribes might have a subset delicacy that revolves around burnt flesh.
Yes, there are others.
I have the short rib.
I can decide. Calamari contains a lower fat percentage than pork belly, but pork belly is more satisfactory to my taste buds.
I suggest steering clear from the calamari. At least pork has the decency of being palatable before it clogs your arteries.
And for you, sir?
Pork belly, please.
I'll have the seaweed salad.
Staying healthy? That's admirable. Ever since I started working at St. Patrick's, I've only been eating junk food.
I appreciate your recognition of my dead subspecies. I mean, of this incredibly desirable food as junk.
As the sun sags behind the rooftops, Tenty, Ash, and Milena unequally head back to work, attending to patients and beeping machines.
12-hour shift and 4th coffee today. I might collapse any minute.
It's interesting how this human sacrifices his own well-being for others. Is this selflessness? Sure, there must be something I'm missing.
Okay, I've taken care of the last patient, but it's time to head home now. Otherwise, I won't get any sleep before tomorrow's shift.
Home? Is this where you take rest?
Yes, rest is needed.
I've got nowhere to go. Perhaps I'll use one of their minds as a whistle for rest till the next shift. Yeah, time to go home. I need to take melatonin to sleep.
Remember to check out Ash. Remember to check out Ash. You won't get work credits otherwise.
I know.
The detached house further out of the city echoes of scents of cooked delicacies arranged in the kitchen. The spiral staircase with expensive gold-etched portraits of ancient family members hang on the wallpapered wall, rummages through layers of synaptic plasticity. Chaotic, insecure, heaps of abandonment issues, the sadness, someone he misses. A creature with such low IQ will convert to my species, yet the need for acceptance, purpose, and validation is quite profound. However, this is not my boulder. Nightfall comes as the reverberations of the busy day subside, and the whispers of cicadas emerge. Then he deliberates at the learnings from the hospital. Humans show empathy, selflessness, and what about this virus spreading? What's really behind it? Can it be used to hasten humanity's decline? Children would need to hear about this.
And that's it for the demo of Prescription Madness. Join our journey and wishlist the game on Steam. Your feedback helps us make the full game even better, naturally. If you have a moment, please leave a review and let us know your thoughts. Llama Play. Thank you, Llama Play, for letting me know about this game, and hopefully you enjoyed this video as well. So that was Prescription Madness visual novel. Very intriguing concept indeed, where you can actually take over other characters' minds and possess them temporarily. So definitely worth to check it out yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, Hollywood Sweet!